Miami Dolphins at New England Patriots, Gillette Stadium, Foxborough, Massachusetts, 83 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 7 miles per hour. Here we go. Fascinating game. This total opened up at 45.5. It's now down to 43.5. New England opens up at -2. They are now 3-point favorites after jettisoning Cam Newton and focusing on Mac Jones. Dennis Garcia says under. The cash flow in this spot, we have 10,314 tickets in. 63% of the tickets, 74% of the cash on the Patriots. 55% of the tickets, 4% of the cash on the under. That's wild. That's the first real discrepancy we've seen. Money, big bets on the over. Okay, I need to be talked off this because I want the Dolphins here at +3. I want Mac Jones. I mean, what is the record of these kids in their first ever game? I would like to fade both Lawrence and Jones in week 1. Flores in year 3, he's been excellent. You got dual offensive coordinators in Godsey and Studsville with their first year. Josh Boyer in year 2. They draft Waddle, number 6 overall now out of Alabama. Will Fuller comes in from the Texans. Brissett backs up, comes in from the Colts. Malcolm Brown, a running back from the Rams. And Eichenberg drafted 42nd overall in the second round out of Notre Dame offensive tackle. They lose Fitzy. They lose Kyle Van Noy to the Patriots and Ted Karras to the Patriots. They finished in the bottom 12 in offense last season, and Tua did not look good when push came to shove. He started off looking very good, but, man, in his final 4 games, 5 interceptions, 6.3 yards per attempt, and no completions over 40 yards. The offensive line could be to blame. They didn't fix their running game, and maybe it doesn't need fixing if you trust Myles Gaskin. And look, he's explosive, but can he do it for 17 games? They bring in Malcolm Brown. They draft Doak 7th round out of Cincinnati, and Ahmed's going to be around as well. They add Skura, DJ Fluker to the offensive line. They draft Eichenberg in the second round. That's going to help. They have Fuller as a deep threat. And 6th overall pick, Waddle is going to be dangerous in the slot. We know that for sure. Devontae Parker still an option. Howard and Jones are possibly the top cornerbacking tandem in the NFL. Baker, Wilkins, and Davis are leaders in the front 7, all 25 and younger. Flores brings in McCourty. You could say that this defense is too young, but he brings in McCourty for leadership. I want Miami week 1. We'll talk about the Patriots in a second. Am I possibly making a grave error here, Bebsie?
I don't think so. I think it's Miami or no play, in my opinion. And I do think there's value in Miami, especially with them, being dogs in this one. But they are on the road, and they are facing Bill Belichick. The hype train started picking up around the Patriots as soon as they realized a lot of the guys who opted out were coming back. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder after everyone talking about how Tom Brady won the Super Bowl without him. Oh, it's all Tom. Bill had nothing to do with it. That's going to piss off Bill Belichick. So you got to figure he's got that in the back of his mind. Also, Mac Jones played well in the preseason. McCorkle played well against scab defenses. And listen, we all, through the draft period, he was getting ripped on a lot. Mac Jones was considered the most pro-ready quarterback, except for maybe Lawrence, but the guy plays in a pro system. He's accurate, but he doesn't have the intangibles that the other QBs did. So I understand why there's hype around the Patriots, but we are still talking about a rookie quarterback going against a very good defense. And Miami has already proven that they're a good team with the roster that they have right now. The Patriots haven't. The Patriots were terrible last year. Yes, they are getting a bunch of guys back. So I really do think it's Miami or no play here, but I do love the under in this. And I think the guys in the chat who are screaming under are bang on. I just don't see a ton of points in this game. We know that this Patriots defense now up to full strength, I guess you could say, they're going to be able to slow down this Miami offense. And I really think this Miami defense is just fantastic. So the under very much in play. I say Dolphins or no play as far as the spread goes, and I'm not touching the spread. But I will play the under on this.
96% of the cash on the over, which could only mean a giant bet on the over. Wow. My guy Timothy Murray in the chat right now, he's got 2 horses running at Woodbine on Friday night. I will be there. Oh God, no taking, Timothy. God, I hope we can figure out how to hang out. Let me just sorry, God, only my 47 pages of notes here. Timothy Murray. I'm going to let the market, which is something I didn't do last year, dictate some of my action this year. So I'm going to be very interested to see whether you're under cashes, because I will not be on it. And I am going to move. But Birdie and Turnsey on the Patriots quickly, and I know, look, this is a forever show, but expectations of Mac Jones this year.
I think Mac Jones is put in the best situation for him. He is not going to be asked to do very much, and I think he will be fine at not doing very much. Mac Jones didn't drop in the draft because he's not good at throwing the ball from point A to point B. Mac Jones just doesn't have what the other guys brought to the table. He's an NFL-ready guy. He knows how to read a defense. He knows the thing he does best is anticipate throws. He doesn't have a ton of zip on the ball. He's not very mobile, but he throws the ball before the receiver has made his break, and it winds up in the right spot. It's very impressive the way he does that. New England is a perfect situation. All he's got to do is make simple throws, be a game manager.
They say that there's 144 left on the board, and it's at Sports Interaction. I'm going to go to Sports Interaction and make sure it's not a stale line, and it is a legitimate line. So bet number 3 for Bebsie.
Yes, sir.
Under 44 at minus 110. Available at Sports Interaction.